So what is the message? The message is a doomsday type cult where people believe that this man right here, by the name of William Branham, is the anointing of the second coming of Elijah, basically preceding the second coming of Jesus Christ. He was born in 1909 in this tiny little shack here, where he claims that a pillar of light or fire came through that little window there and hovered over him, giving him the anointing of Elijah. People really believed that he was about just as holy as God himself. And in 1950, another pillar of fire or light was photographed this time over him. So that really cemented it for a lot of people. They really believed that this guy was the real deal. And to be fair, a lot of religious leaders, did back then. In fact, a former congressman by the name of William Upshaw claimed to be healed by William Branham of a 59-year affliction, which really helped increase his fame. He also happened to be the only American deliverance minister to have a successful European campaign at that time. So there was no doubt the man was definitely an enigma. If I had to describe what most message churches are like, it's a mixture of Pentecostal, Armenian, and lots of fire and brimstone. That's pretty much where the similarities stopped with my church, but as with most churches, William's word was absolute and practically gospel. And it wouldn't be uncommon for most churches to have the entire library of his works where people could go and check out his sermons. To his credit, just about the only thing William Branham didn't want was wealth. He was offered a ton of money all the time and only ever took what he needed. As a result, message believers are encouraged to live modestly, try to make everything at home if you can, because, obviously Jesus and Branham were frugal also. While there are several message churches out there, there are also churches that take, all of these teachings to the extreme. And that's kind of where my church comes in, which I'll talk about more specifically, as the series goes on. But one thing is for sure that as time went on, more and more mainstream Pentecostal churches and Assemblies of God realized that Branham's teachings were pretty extreme, even for them. Branham believed that the denominations had lost sight of what was holy, that their women, because of the fall from Eden, were inherently in need of guidance from men, namely their husbands. Primary teaching was that the original sin wasn't just disobedience, but that Eve had sex with the serpent, and as the serpent was the missing link, the serpent, was able to crossbreed, and that's how Cain was born.